Hi, this is Jim McMichael, and we're doing another interview for Everybody's Auto Buyer and Consignments. Today we have the privilege of talking with Mayor Tony Smith from the City of Maricopa. Tony, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Thanks for taking the time to be with us today.
You're welcome.
Tony, if you would, tell me a little bit. You've been mayor of Maricopa for how long now?
3 years. They're 2-year terms, and I'm on my last year of my second term. I've decided to not run for re-election of the mayor of the City of Maricopa and go for the Pinal County supervisor seat in the 2012 election.
Oh, that's awesome. What made you decide to go that route?
Well, Maricopa in the area has had tremendous growth, and I know all about growth and the limitations to growth. The Pinal County is the second fastest growing county in the United States, and with the coming out of the recession and additional growth that's going to happen, I believe that the information and what knowledge I've learned as mayor will be very helpful as far as clearing the way and making sure growth is done in a smart manner and we have the adequate plans to go forward.
Well, that's awesome. With the success that you've had here in Maricopa, I know Pinal County would be in great hands with you.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate that.
You bet. Tony, if you would, tell me how you became familiar with Everybody's Auto Buyer and Consignments.
Jim, I believe it was at a chamber event. I met you for the first time and liked your professionalism and just put it in the back of my mind if I got ready to sell or buy a vehicle that Everybody's Auto Buyer might be the choice that I would take.
Awesome. Well, you used our consignment services, so what did we do for you?
Well, I wanted to find out a little bit more, so we had a good discussion, and I liked the idea and the concept of pretty much cradle to grave on a transaction. You took it from the initial offer to sell, the advertisement, all those things, finding available buyers. One thing that I was impressed is that you have so much more of a range of prospects than I could ever come up with, and so that was very helpful. I know that when you market something, market in a larger, throw a larger net will be more effective, and so that was one aspect. And then also second was everybody's busy, and so it took a big burden off of me in the things that I do in order to turn it over and pretty much let you handle the activities involved.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I appreciate that. We provided these services. Would you say we did them to your satisfaction?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, one of the proof of the pudding, so to speak, is do you have a repeat? And as you well know, Jim, after selling my Harley Davidson, my wife decided that it was time to sell hers, and thus you got repeat customers.
Yes, we did.
And so a similar transaction, again, about the same time frame, and I feel like we got the best dollar value that we could from the bike with your service.
Well, thank you. Do you feel that our firm protected your best interests through the course of these transactions?
Yes, there's certain legal aspects to any one of these, any type of buy or sell transaction, and you have already gone through and you do this as a matter of your business. I felt that I was well protected by going with your service, and that was very helpful.
Thank you for that. Were the services a good value for the flat fee that we charge versus a commission scale?
I believe so. Again, I think one thing helpful is that I received what I thought was a fair market value for the bike, so I didn't take a hit. I was able to get, again, a good price, and the value for the services I think paid and was worthwhile.
When you were making your decisions to sell, was it a comfort knowing what you were paying us versus the unknown commission, meaning, you didn't know what we were taking out of the deal?
Oh yeah, I think that you know the upfront cost, you know what you're in for, and you know whether it takes a day or it takes several weeks or a month. The basically the same applies.
Okay, great. Any final comments, Tony, that you'd like to tell the folks that are watching this about Everybody's Auto Buyer and Consignments?
No, I think it's a good option. I think it's a good option for busy people and those who, you know, maybe aren't acquainted with the buying and selling process. Again, we sold bikes, but if it came to buying a car, I think we would consider going with Everybody's Auto Buyer as an option for pursuing that type of transaction also.
Well, Tony, we really appreciate that, and we definitely appreciate you being a client of Everybody's Auto Buyer and Consignments.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.